But we also do what we call a liaison service. So we go to other wards as well. If they call us, if they have patients who have poorly functioning kidneys. We also have the kidney transplant unit as well as the hemodialysis unit, because those are the definitive services in terms of kidney care. So the first thing is, how much fluid are you drinking? So in terms of the kidneys make urine, and how they make urine is they work with water. Okay? So if you're rehydrating your body, then you're making your kidneys happy. Okay? So drink water, but don't drink too much water, because too much water can also be toxic. Okay? So it's what we call water intoxication. Okay? So usually we say a good amount is anywhere between 3 and 2 liters, okay? But on the days which are very hot and you sweat a lot, or the days when you're sick and you have diarrhea, you may find that you need to take a little bit more than the usual. So a good measure is to look at your urine. Most people don't look at their urine when they urinate, okay? Look at your urine, see the color of your urine. If your urine is the color of water, okay, or it's pale yellow, then that's a good color. That means that you're well hydrated. If your urine is any other color, okay, usually dark yellow, means you need to drink more. If it's black, you need to run to the hospital. Huh? Yeah. So the first thing is look at your urine. The next thing is, once you hit 40, go to the hospital at least once every year, okay, for a general checkup. General checkup means that they check your blood pressure, they check your blood sugar, they check your organ functions, usually the heart, they'll do some echoes, some ECGs. So they check all the different organs, okay? Do that at least once a year, okay? If you can't do it once a year, check everything, at least check your blood pressure and blood sugar regularly, because those are very common, okay? And then the final thing is, you need to keep your body active, okay? So that's exercise. If you can do, I see a lot of TikTok videos where they say 7 minutes a day, but any kind of exercise is good. So walk around, just be active. Sitting and having a sedentary lifestyle is usually not very good for anyone.
Kidney disease is preventable, but only if we take the first step.
So what makes it easy is the fact that our communities are, you have big families, okay? So someone is willing to come and donate. That's what makes it easy. What makes it hard is matching, okay? So let me give you an example. If you are a father and you want to donate to your child, okay? So a parent can give to a child of any age, okay? But to give a kidney, we usually want it to be at least 18 years and above, okay, to donate. So if you have children who are under 18, they cannot give to you, but you can get from your parents if they are below 60. And a healthy below 60, meaning that they don't have diabetes, they don't have hypertension, they are very healthy, okay? Because in the process of donation of kidney organ transplant, the person who will protect the most is the donor. You don't want someone to donate their kidney and then something bad happens to them, okay? Both for the healthcare workers, but also for you who's receiving a kidney from someone, okay? So we really try to protect the donor, so the donor has to be absolutely healthy. So the first thing, the very first stage, is to make sure the blood group is a good match. So if you are blood group O, we call blood group O the universal donors. You can donate to anyone. If you're blood group AB, you're the universal recipients. You can get from anyone, okay? And then the rest, blood group A, blood group B, will give selectively to the person who they match with. So the first thing has to be a blood group match. The second thing has to be good organ function. Okay, so your brain is working well, you're able to consent and give, your lungs are working well, you're able to undergo the process of the anesthesia, your heart is working well, you will not collapse when they give you anesthesia, and this is for both the donor and the recipient. Okay, so we go through all that rigorous testing to make sure that the donor is as healthy as possible and the recipient is also healthy enough to undergo the process of surgery. And most times we get challenges because, like I said, our patients are not having good regular dialysis, they're very sick, they're unwell. So you find that the donor is available, but the recipient is not well enough. Okay? So all those processes will usually take between 3 and 6 months. Okay? And then we pick the right person who will give you the kidney.
Transplantation is a miracle of medicine, but a miracle that needs precision, time, and trust.
So to begin with, when someone gets an accident, we don't know what their blood group is. So because we don't know what their blood group is, we don't know who will match them in terms of the recipient. Okay? And the second thing is, once you get an accident and your heart stops beating, your kidney is going to die within 30 minutes. Okay? So if you don't have blood supply to the kidney within 30 minutes, it's no longer functional. Therefore, it's no longer beneficial to whoever is supposed to receive it. Okay? So because of that, we don't have a deceased donor transplant program. Because you have to work quickly, have patients who are ready on the receiving list. Once the patient dies, you transfer the organ to the recipient. We don't have that. So because we don't have that, there is no way that rumor can be right.
In the world of renal medicine, every organ must march, every procedure must follow strict protocol. Here, facts speak louder than rumors.
So the first thing, most important thing, is to be health cautious. Okay? So health cautious means that you think about your body in everything that you do. Okay? Because your body is your transporter. Okay? If you're going to work, your brain does all the thinking and working, but your body is the one that gets your brain to where it's supposed to be. So the first thing is education. Okay? So education is really key. Okay? Education for the patients, because like I said, discipline helps our patients live longer. So discipline is usually fostered if you have information. Okay? So we need to educate the patients. Okay? So we need to develop ways in which the hospital is able to educate the patients. Okay? And once you educate the patients, and if it's from the hospital, it's from a recognized authority. Okay? So if you're able to educate your patients, you're able to help them to help you. Okay? So I always tell my patients, I'm with you for 5 minutes, and you're with yourself for the rest of the time. Okay? So what you do is really more important than the little time that I'm with you. And you really need to educate yourself so that you're able to look after yourself very well, and you're able to come back and we have a sensible discussion about what you need to do to make yourself better. What the kidneys do is to clean blood. Like I said, they remove all the toxins, put them in the urine, and then they go away from your body. Okay? So when you don't make urine anymore, it means that your body is accumulating all the toxins, and they're the ones that make you sick. Okay? So how dialysis works is that it's an artificial kidney. Okay? And this one here, this one is the artificial kidney. Okay? So blood goes through, this is blood going through. Okay? So blood goes through the kidney. Okay? All the toxins come out. So these tubes are the ones that bring the water that takes away the tubes. So when this patient is on dialysis, right now they're urinating. Okay? So all this comes out. These tubes are the ones that take away the water. And then the blood which enters dirty comes out clean and goes back to the patient. So there are two tubes. One brings blood and one takes back the blood. Okay?
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes.
So the other kidney now is on pause?
So the other kidney is not working now. Okay? So because it's not working, most of our patients, when they start to do dialysis and they're on dialysis for a long time, the urine goes away. Okay? So they don't make urine anymore, and that's normal for patients who are on dialysis. If they make urine, it's good. It's very good because it means that they can stay for a longer time without dialysis. So that kidney function that they have, which helps them to make urine, is usually what we try to preserve to make sure that they can stay 3-4 days without dialysis. But when you don't make any urine at all, those are the types of patients which I was saying where they need to do at least 3 times a week of dialysis. Okay? Because in between you're not making urine, but remember you're eating, you're drinking. So where is all of that going? Exactly. So where is all of that going? Yeah? It has to go somewhere. So when they come for dialysis, we take it out. That's why you can't spend a week without doing dialysis when you are a chronic dialysis patient. Okay? And also when we start to see urine, that means that, oh, maybe your kidneys are now beginning to wake up, maybe now they're beginning to work. So the more urine you make, the less dialysis you'll need. Okay? And that's why for our patients who are on dialysis, we tell them, don't drink a lot of water. But for the ones who are not on dialysis, we tell you, drink a lot of water. Okay? Because your kidney is working. But when it's not working, don't drink, because when you drink, then you swell up because it doesn't go anywhere. Okay? So this is the artificial kidney, and then this is the urine, water coming in, going out as urine, and then this is the blood from the patient. So you have to have an access for blood. So we usually put a catheter in the patient's neck, and then the blood comes out because we need a lot of blood. So the blood comes out, passes through the tubes, goes through the artificial kidney, and then goes away.
The machine becomes a temporary kidney, a lifeline, restoring what disease has taken away. But behind every machine, every patient, there is a human story, a legacy built over years. Meet the longest-serving renal nurse in Mulago.
I have been here since 2002. That's when we had the first dialysis machines in Uganda. Those machines were installed in intensive care unit of Mulago at Ward 3D. And we used them. They were very, very few, those two. We had a number of patients at that time. Before those two machines, we had patients of kidney failure. And whenever we would get them, they would end up actually dying. They pass on. We had the tendency of segregating people who have infectious disease like HIV and hepatitis. So those ones would not have options still, because the machines which were there were only for patients who have kidney failure and yet without an infectious disease. Now, if you had HIV, if you had hepatitis, you would not have a chance to have dialysis at that particular time. It has changed for two reasons. It is realized that dealing with you, dialyzing you on the same machine when you have HIV with other patients does not have any issue. Because what we use are the kits of dialysis. These kits are strictly disposable. When you use it on one particular patient, we dispose. And the blood only moves through the kit. It never enters anywhere in the machine. So when you dispose of, you put a new kit, so any person can use it. Unfortunately, we still have to isolate hepatitis, because the hepatitis case is different. And a drop of blood from a hepatitis patient can spend a year when it is still infectious. So we segregate because even in one particular day that you choose to dialyze, you dialyze a patient with hepatitis and you have spillage or droplets of blood and you touch, you will transfer it to yourself and to another patient you are going to touch. Ideally, we are supposed to isolate the area and allocate one particular nurse for that particular day. The nurse who is very well vaccinated against that to be handling that, so that she doesn't have chance to interact with others. So if she has she touches something from there, she or he may not be able to transfer it to another patient.
From 3 fragile machines to a fully operational unit, his story is the pulse behind Mulago's renal revolution. And yet, this is only the beginning. In part 2 of the Kidney Lifeline, we go deeper into the hidden world of the dialysis machines, into the stories of survival, renewal, and courage, and into the heartbeat of Mulago's state-of-the-art treatment plant. This is Mulago. This is hope restored.